What up, y'all? So I am back with another Brawliseum. I was trying to figure out a good way to play Shaman, and for some reason I was just like, let's see how many dragons there are in neutral. And I ended up with like Earthen Drake. Obviously, you just include Nomelia because she's a boss. And then, I was like, Whelp of the Infinite, sure. Darkscale Broodmother's amazing. Carrier Whelp is interesting. Prescient Slitherdrake is a must. And then I started looking at the dragons in Shaman, and I was like, wait a second, there's actually a couple of these. You got Haywire Hornswoggle, you got Winged Aberration, and then there was just decent stuff like Novice Zapper. A 1-mana 3/2 is great, plus an ability. And then Lightning Bolt is one of the best damage spells that you can have in terms of efficiency. And then Hex is great, just you've got unconditional removal. Lightning Storm, you've got a board wipe, kind of. It just seemed like it all made sense to me. And then Hornswoggle made me think, okay, what else could I put in here that's got overload? And then I was like, Earth Elemental. Imagine going like, turn 1 something, turn 2 something, turn 3 Broodmother, 2-drop. Turn 4 you can go Slitherdrake. Turn 5 you can go Earth Elemental. Turn 6 you can go Hornswoggle. And then this thing. Muradin's Last Stand seemed really interesting. If I'm just playing dudes and attacking, then if this costs 1 less every time, then that'll help me kind of re-up with some cards. So I don't know if it's any good, but we're certainly going to find out. And that's the whole point of this Brawliseum run. So let's give it a go. And it would be pretty cool if Dragon Shaman was a thing. I think Shaman is a really cool class. There's a lot of potential there, but it's always got to find the right home. I feel like Shaman every now and then just gets the short end of the stick. But then sometimes you just have metagames like the one we just had where Midrange Shaman was incredible. I was of the opinion that Midrange Shaman was objectively like top 3 decks, if not the best deck in that last format we had. Broxagar Demon Hunter definitely gave it a run for its money, but I liked it a lot. Okay, so I don't think I can keep Hornswoggle. I like Slitherdrake, and I like having a 1-drop. I'm just hoping I can get a dragon here. And I believe last I counted, the dragon count was 16 in the deck, so perfect. So there's definitely options. And drawing an Earth Elemental, cool. Let's see, Donkey HS says the meta before this latest patch, Shaman wasn't up there. Yeah, so that's the thing that I found so interesting. Whenever I played against Shaman, no matter what I played, it always felt like a very oppressive deck, like they were just doing broken things. So I feel like the data never really matched my perception of it, but that's what I'm saying, like in my opinion, the mid-range Shaman was just one of the top 3 decks. The data never really supported it. I think data made it like maybe top 7, which I always found baffling. So, I don't know. Well, that's unfortunate. But I guess we'll just get an attack in and hope for the best here. Yeah, I was of the opinion mid-range Shaman was busted because there was also so much efficiency in the deck. I'm a big fan of efficient cards, that have like they had very good removal, they had very good pump effects, card advantage, all that stuff. Going by one's perception can make it influenced by what you play. Like maybe you gravitated towards decks that are weaker versus. No, I hear you, Donkey. I definitely hear you. It's really funny to say I hear you, Donkey. I feel like Shrek. But I definitely hear you. But no matter what deck I played, it always seemed like Shaman had the upper hand, and I played a variety of different decks. And again, it's my perception, so that is what it is. But I always found it fascinating that Shaman wasn't higher on the actual data lists that I was seeing, because it seemed like it was bonkers. So I've overloaded 1 mana crystal so far, so that's something. I'll probably go Slitherdrake into Earth Elemental, so that'll be 2 more overload. So maybe this guy is the pick? It's definitely not this guy. And I think Carrier Whelp is too small to really matter here. So I kind of like this curve. But yeah, Donkey, I definitely hear you, and that's kind of why I always say it's, this is just my opinion, because I never could find data to support it. Broxagar Demon Hunter, objectively probably the actual best deck in that last standard format before that last patch. Those card changes obviously changed everything. But there was many times where mid-range Shaman could just fight through Broxigar Demon Hunter, you know, even no matter how many blob of tar that kept recurring. It was just really fascinating. I could Lightning Storm, but I think it's just best to keep some pressure on them here. Yeah, let's just keep pushing here. And if they want to throw minions at my guy, I'm totally okay with that. But yeah, Donkey, I definitely appreciate your perspective on that, because I feel like with stuff like this too, it's good for people to kind of talk it out or have someone to bounce ideas off of, even if it's just their own perception of things. Because like you said, like your perception is influenced a lot by what you play, and I feel like a lot of people don't have that type of meaningful interaction to be able to like work through why their perception is what it is. Yeah, kind of hard not to Earth Elemental here. It's just huge. It's kind of cool. I'm doing the curve that I actually talked about doing. Broodmother on 3 with a 2-drop into Slitherdrake into Earth Elemental. So it's hard to imagine losing after playing those cards in a row. And I can even follow up with Hornswoggle. Good God, this is awesome. Yeah, I like this a lot. Yeah, I don't think I can justify anything else. I might have found something pretty good here. This is a pretty awesome deck. I mean, granted, this is a really small card pool. This is a tough one to really make any assumptions about the standard metagame, but if you can find things that are this efficient here, then if you expand the card pool, that just means you have more tools to work with. So potentially this has some relevance in standard, I would imagine. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do it, buddy. Okay, just so I can say I did it. Alright, I like this deck a lot. This is really cool. It's all the things that I wanted in like Dragon Warrior, but with much more efficient cards to surround it. Very, very interesting. Yeah, and I didn't even see Winged Aberration, which I love. Yeah, Earthen Drake gives you reach. I'm really in love with this list. I'm gushing over here. Too much, too much. Yeah, there's nothing like putting a deck together and it actually being good. Like, that feeling is, I think, something most people don't experience, because we usually just go on the internet, take a deck list, play it because we know we're supposed to play that.
Your time ends now.
Okay, can't keep this. I could keep Lightning Bolts, but I think I would much rather... I think I'd much rather have some other dragons. Yeah, Donkey, this is my first run with this list. I literally put it together like 10 minutes ago. I was just looking at dragons, and then I was like, wait, what about shaman dragons? And it just kind of assembled itself. Yeah, as soon as I saw that Hornswoggle was a dragon, and I remembered the aberration, the 4/4, then things just started getting crazy. I love another Whelp of the Infinite. If I take Carrier Whelp, then I can go Broodmother into that next turn, and if it gives me a 1-drop, even play that. Whelp is objectively better, but because of the curve I have, I'm kind of tempted to take the Carrier Whelp.
Such choices.
Yeah, that's a tough one, actually. Because, yeah, they've got no board, just the Glaive. Yeah, I'm going to go Whelp. This might be wrong. I think it is objectively the wrong call, but I think it's value that I would like here. Getting more than 2 Whelp of the Infinite in a game is usually pretty busted. But I'm willing to see where this goes. Because that is also the whole point of these Brawliseum runs, is just to see what kind of nonsense I can get into. Come on, give me a 1-drop. Okay, well, Portal Vanguard's pretty good too. Yeah, I don't think I can justify a lightning bolt to the face. Yeah, in all my years of deck building, like the 20 years in Magic the Gathering and the 10-ish years in Hearthstone, it's always the best when a deck just kind of makes itself. You know, it's almost like it consumes you and it tells you what to do. Because you see a card and you're like, oh, that means maybe I can do this card. And then you're like, okay, so a good curve would have a 5-drop here. And you're like, oh, that's a 5-drop. Like, and that's kind of what this felt like putting this together. Speaking of curve. I hope we see some more I-beams in the next standard format. I like that card a lot. I'm not sure it's the best card, objectively, but 1 mana for 3 damage, I mean, is kind of the standard for, like, efficiency when it comes to spell damage. Well, they've answered everything so far, but I don't think you can... I don't think you can continue to just answer fatty boom boom after boom boom. They should have made it a 6/7 for the memes. Wow. Yeah, that's fair. I thought they were going to nerf it a little bit more than they did. Taking just 1 health away from it was silly. So it's a 6/8 instead of a 6/9. Yeah, I should have just made it a 6/7, I guess, sure. And I'm not even going to lie. I'm old enough that when 6/7 started being a thing, I was like, what is happening? What does this mean? I'm closer to 40 than I am 30 now. or 20 by a lot. You go from one funny number, you should make it another funny number. Yeah, I agree. I mean, to be fair, it was a 6/9, so it was... I mean, there is that. But we're going to keep it PG here, I think. Alright, so 2 wins. They could not handle that aggression. Oh, you're also closer to 40, bruh. Yeah, you know the struggle then. Dude, I feel like the gap is getting bigger, because when I was 20... I feel like the 40-year-olds were like, what are these kids doing? And it was like, you know, the internet was still a fairly new thing. Like in my early 20s is when dating apps started getting to be a huge thing. And like, you know, once you get to now, you fast forward to where we are here and you're like, I feel like we're so much farther from where the 20-year-olds are now. It's baffling. Okay, so against a paladin, this can always be tricky because paladins are very hit or miss in my experience in the Brawliseum. I kind of want to keep Aberration, but Slitherdrake is just objectively better. So I'm going to do this and see what happens. But yeah, aging is pretty rough. Don't get old, kids. Don't get old. Ooh, we got ourselves some cards. Whoo, look at that. That's crazy. And I'm also kind of torn on Nether Spite Historian. I think I'm playing 1 in this list. I don't think I could justify 2 of them. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I guess I'll play this guy. Well, this gives me something to follow up the Slitherdrake. I could also just go Broodmother into Acceleration Aura. Equality Lightning Storm is also not bad. It's kind of hard to figure out what to expect from them. They haven't exactly done anything yet. It doesn't hurt to have more minions, but I get this feeling... Yeah, having a backup would be good. I don't anticipate needing it, but I guess it's better to have and not need than it is to need it and not have it. I like this weapon. I think it's got a lot of potential.
Feed my children.
Step forth into the time ways.
Okay, I would really like to see some more top end here, because I've got a lot of stuff that's reactionary. I've got lightning storms and lightning bolts and all this.
Into the time ways.
Slitherdrake will be great next turn, but I would love to follow it up with stuff, because that seems like the way that I won the last 2 games was by just hammering that curve. Perfect. Yeah, the actual perfect draw. Couldn't have asked for anything better. And I think the fact that this has taunt makes it even better on curve, because then it gives you something to protect your Slitherdrake so they can't just start attacking back. Oh. Okay. That is fair. How do I want to do this? So this is going to make a 2/6. So I think I'm going to... You know what? I want to play Earth Elemental, but I'm tempted to do other things here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. And we'll see where this gets me.
I am timeless, but your time is up.
Okay. He gives himself Divine Shield and then gives himself +3/+3 at the end of the turn. Very interesting. I can just Lightning Storm and hit him with this. It's not awful, but I don't like it that much. I could throw Earth Elemental out there, but I feel like that kind of leaves me open to some things. See what I get off of this first. Probably going to Lightning Storm. Wow, another one? Yeah, it's not the greatest move here, but he's a very powerful card, and it makes everything else they play even better, so I'll just keep it out the way, keep the pressure on their face. Kind of hard to argue with that.
Break their ranks.
That is fair.
Feed my children.
And that lets me do this. And then we will do this. Yeah, it's always an interesting thing trying to balance like your control of the board with keeping your forward momentum by hitting their face. Because if they can find a way to reverse that momentum at all, and you haven't dealt enough damage to their face, then it makes it hard to finish the job. So I was questioning whether I was going to attack that or attack their face, but yeah, because this is what I was thinking. Like if they play another one of these guys, I lose my Slitherdrake, but that is kind of the way it goes, I guess. Yeah, I don't love this. This guy does have Rush. But that's not gonna do it, sadly. Yeah, I think we just deal 11 to their face, let them deal 2 damage. Earthen Drake would be great here. Oh, wow.
Everybody needs a casket.
Alright, now 4 damage to all my minions. Unfortunate, but that's fine. That's part of why I didn't play another one of these, because I know there are ways to double your end of turn effects. But I only have to deal 4 more damage. Ooh, hello, no melee. So make that only 1 more damage. Sure. Yep, there it is.
Impressive.
Alright, 3-0 so far. Very happy with this deck's performance. This is objectively the best deck I've made in the Brawliseum yet. And none of my videos with the Brawliseum runs have been stuff that I took off of the internet. The closest thing to that is I built a Druid deck that was very similar to another deck that I played against and lost to. And it was just that Druid, like, aggro deck where you're just playing... It was basically just like playing a bunch of dudes, playing a bunch of Trents, playing pump effects, things like that. Ended up going 4-3, which was fine.
Lady Vash versus Valera.
But this is definitely the best run so far.
Ends now.
Ooh, I like this. 1-drop. I almost want to throw back Earth Elemental, but I think that's a good follow-up to this stuff. I could also go, like, turn 2 Coin Broodmother and Informant, but it might be better to go with that turn 3 and then turn 4 Coin Earth Elemental. But I'm just going to keep all this and see what happens. I can't say enough good things about this deck. This is baffling. And imagine how much better this gets with, like, the potential of, say, Petal Peddler or other cards that just aren't in this pool of cards for the Brawliseum.
The true masters draw close.
Such an interesting card. Set the cost of a random card in your hand to infinity, and Death Rattles change it back. Alright.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
Well then. That's quite a lot of dudes. I think I'm gonna go the Broodmother route.
Such choices.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Feed my children.
Change is coming.
Alright, give me a good warrior spell. None of these are very good. I guess this is alright. It's probably better than slow motion. Interesting, they're playing Whelp of the Bronze. There's a couple ways I could attack here.
Such choices.
I think this is the best route. It is kind of a gamble to play Acolyte right now, but I think it's fine. What does it hit? Wow, it hit Murden last. Well, that works, because I wasn't going to play that anytime soon anyway.
Care to make a wager, friend?
Ay, 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 with the board. Whew, not good. Not too good. But we get Earth Elemental now, that's something. Yeah, if I can outlast this this aggression, you know, they're very low on cards. It's very reasonable that they won't be able to come back. I assume they're playing Flash Forward or something like that. Let's see, this shuffle any spells you cast on this minion into your deck. Ah, test subject. I haven't seen this guy in a while. Used to play the hell out of that thing back in the day. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't know if I can justify this attack. I feel like I should. 7 to the face is probably just better. Yeah, I can't justify attacking a minion with that. But this is going to be available soon. That'll be awesome. Alright, another Earth Elemental will be great. And I can draw 2 cards. And get rid of this guy. Alright, now I'm feeling a little bit better about this. Good board presence. Yeah, they're reaching now. They're just trying to dig for some more stuff, but I don't think they're going to be able to get through this. Wow. Yeah, they're really reaching. Okay. Hex is a very lucky draw there. Alright, what does this give me? A Warlock spell? I do have to be careful, but I'm not sure. Let's do this first.
Coming.
I guess Solarium is fine.
Time is short.
That guy's not bad, actually. Alright, we're going to risk it and attack their face instead of attacking their minion. I think I can afford to take 2. It just depends on if they have anything else they can do.
This shock hard.
That's kind of cool. They got pretty lucky on that Swashbuckler. But it looks like I got it. We've got this guy, and we've got this. Alright, 4-0. It would be absolutely amazing to just have a clean sweep of 6-0. Yeah, who would have thought Dragon Shaman? Yeah, originally I was thinking of doing like a Herald type Shaman deck, just to test it out and see how good it was, because it seemed interesting. The Herald ability for Shaman is cute, but I'm not sure how good it is, and hence the reason to test it. It seems a little overhyped, because I also haven't played against... What? I think I've played one Shaman this entire time? Yeah, I've played one Shaman in... Jeez, in like 40-ish games. Oh, the Herald stuff was good for you, Donkey. Okay. Yeah, what was your win rate with the Herald Shaman? Because it seems good, but I can't tell what it needs to be surrounded with to be like a, you know, a solid deck. Winged Aberration seems okay. We're gonna do this. Yeah, it's tough to figure out when to keep the Aberration. Alright, so Aberration I guess would have been better than these. That's fine. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so only one loss. Yeah, I think it's 6 wins max in the Brawliseum, so you probably went 6-1, something like that. Time-Twisted Seer's alright. Oh, not in the Brawl, okay. Where did you play it then? Because you can't, I don't think you can play the Cataclysm cards in anything but the Brawliseum right now. Oh, that's what, one of those testing formats or testing platforms or something, right? Theory crafting, yeah. Gotcha.
Your fate is twisted with ruin.
Last Thursday, interesting. Yeah, I feel like the innovation with Cataclysm cards is just going to be exponential as the days go on. Because I think it's only the second... It's the second or the third day of the Brawliseum, and I'm seeing just constant evolution. Like, day one was basically all Death Knight. Like, the first deck I played was Death Knight, like a Grave Strength style, like Unholy Death Knight. And I played against 5 Death Knights in 7 games. It was absurd. Yeah, Death Knight stuff. Yeah, I noticed they did the Frost Worm something or other. That got banned. I was actually going to play the Frost style Death Knight deck earlier, and I was like, wait, this card got banned before I could even play it. Yeah, I can't justify a Lightning Storm here. I've got Slitherdrake into Earthen Drake next turn. Let's do this.
Your fate is twisted with ruin.
I could throw 2 minions at one of these. Doesn't seem ideal, though.
Time is short.
Eh.
Burn eternally.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, I'm going to try not to overthink the attacks. It is tough against Death Knight because you have to manage, like, okay, their corpses versus what they could play.
Step forth into the time wave.
Interesting. A lot of dragons for Death Knight. It's a little uncommon in my experience. I think we will do this. Yeah, I gotta wait for the right time to throw this Lightning Storm out there. It could be very huge. Oh, wow. Yeah, this could be a huge turning point in the momentum of the game if for some reason they start pulling ahead. But between Lightning Storm and Nomelia, I think I'm fairly safe. Stonehill Defender is an odd card to be playing. I'm not sure that's very good. Ah, fine. Could go a couple different ways here.
I'm not sure. But the problem is
Time is short.
Feed my children.
Leave none standing.
Yeah, this is a tough one, but yeah, after thinking about that for a while, it felt like Lightning Strike gives me or helps me retain momentum here, and mostly because I have Nomelia, I was okay with using it. I think if I didn't have Nomelia, I probably wouldn't have gone with that line of play because I feel like I have a backup. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the Frost spells are very good.
We hunger for vengeance. Reach for the skies.
Oh, I always forget Blood Mage is an undead. That's cool, I suppose. Question is, do I do Earthen or Whelp of the Infinite? I think Whelp of the Infinite's a little better. Yeah, I like Earthen Drake, but it isn't quite as good as I expected. Sure. So I can get a spell from my class. Let's see what we can get.
Change is coming.
I'm not loving really any of these. I guess Blazing Invocation is okay. I don't know that I can justify Ascendance. Because that would give me, well, it would give me an 8 cost and a 3 cost minion. I'm not loving it. I'm going to give it a try. My gut is telling me this is the right call, but I don't like it very much. Oof. Well, that's awkward. So it'll draw 8 cards and then resummon the Presceint Slitherdrake. That's fascinating. Alright, I guess that's okay. Drawing 8 cards, even though I will likely burn a couple, it could help me here. Fine. Good God.
Embrace the gift of death as I have.
And they still have Eternal Firebolt, so that's a little awkward. Let's do this. Sure, they'll get him back. And they draw a card there, but got a decent board presence now. Wow, give me those 8 cards. Let's go.
My thanks to you.
Wow, so I only have to burn 1 card. That worked out well. Yeah, I don't hate this. Gotta be a little careful with the last stands now. I don't want to get too deep into my deck. Eternal Firebolt, of course.
My hand is too full.
That's totally fine. Okay. So, there are quite a few things I can do here. This is for each mana crystal I've overloaded this game, so if I play anything with overload, that'll just make it cost less.
Such choices.
So I can play this and Earth Elemental, and this will be free. I'll have 1 mana left over. I don't hate it. That worked out nicely. Yeah, I'm amazed that they were okay with killing the Octosari. Because drawing 8 cards gives me the potential to do so many busted things.
Change is coming.
I would say that's probably the biggest weakness of this deck, is that there's not a lot of card advantage. So if you can deal with the threats, no matter how big they are, you know, Last Stand is pretty much... trying to think of what else draws cards. I don't think anything else really draws cards. There's early stuff like Carrier Whelp that creates a card. There's this that discovers a spell. There are a couple things like that that give you some value, but otherwise not any like traditional card advantage, which I'm not a huge fan of. Pretty good.
Embrace the gift of death as I have.
Well, I think Nomelia means that I win. Oh, this is crazy. 5-0. Okay. This could be a clean sweep. Let's see. Yeah, this is bonkers. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I would do differently with this deck. I think the card advantage is one aspect I'd like to improve, but I didn't see too many good options. Earth and Drake is a little underwhelming. I think maybe having one of those would be good. What else? The Zapper guy is interesting. He hasn't really come in handy yet. I played him on turn one of these games. But I guess 2 attack is fairly common in the first 2 turns, so maybe he's not as good as I thought. It could also be that the Zapper is better just to hold for something like Lightning Storm.
Your time ends now.
I assume they're going to be dragons or some form of like an aggressive or mid-range deck if they're warriors, so I think I'm going to keep these two. I think I should keep Whelp of the Infinite. I kind of want to throw it back, though. I think it's correct to keep it, but I am questioning. All right, sure. So, decent hand. Got my pseudo card advantage. What do we get? Portal Vanguard is fantastic. I like that. What? Oh, okay then. That does not seem like the ideal play. This gives me a warrior spell. I guess that's alright. Well, I was asking for card advantage. I could take for glory, but I do have to sit on it until they've got a board. Shield block might be a little better.
Such choices. Time is short.
Yeah, for some reason I anticipate them playing some dudes, so I'm gonna see how For Glory does. Cool. I think Portal Vanguard is the play. And to be fair, I could be playing Portal Vanguard himself. I think I can do better than Carrier Whelp. Yeah, I should probably be playing Portal Vanguard. So I gotta see what I should cut for that. Eesh, that's not much better, but I guess it's better.
Brace yourself for destruction.
There we go. So Lightning Storm could be okay. Probably not yet, though. I'm a little tempted to Hex. Trying to think of what else they could be playing. They could play Envoy. I mean, they definitely play it if they're playing these cards. But they could play Envoy next turn, which would be a better Hex target since it's a, I think it's a 5-mana 5/4.
Once upon a time.
Alright, not great. How many cards do we have? 9 cards. If I Whelp of the Infinite, they'll surely get rid of it, so I think this is the way to go. This is not bad, actually.
Death itself draws.
There's the Envoy. Perfect. Right on time. I could Nomelia here. I would be taking 6 damage to the face, though. I think that's a little loose. Hex on the 4/2 is probably fine. See, I've got 10 cards.
Such choices.
I could Hex this and then Lightning Storm. Still taking 6 to the face, though, unfortunately. Earth Elemental, I suppose, is a play.
Such choices.
Yeah, Hex is screaming at me, so I think I'm going to try and minimize this damage as much as possible. 9 cards. And I think Nascent Bolt on this. Yeah, It seems like the best way to kind of minimize the board presence and protect my face. Okay then, this guy's pretty good. I like Ultraxion. I like this guy a lot. I almost played it in this, but I couldn't justify it. It's a little tough to get the card slot. I don't think I can justify Nomelia. That's silly. For Glory could give me other things. Lightning Bolt and Haywire. Okay. So I can overload 1, 2. That would make this cost 4. And I would have 5 mana next turn. Earth Elemental is also a potential play here. Yeah, I think I'm going to Earth Elemental here. Doesn't seem ideal, but it has the potential to eat up some of this damage from these guys. Jeez. Yeah, these are pretty good when you can actually, yeah, get the big ones. Yeah, plus giving it, good lord. Yeah, giving it Rush is crazy. Alright, so now I can't Lightning Storm because this guy would just kill me. Wow. This is Knucking Futz. I don't know that I can get out of this, actually. So Lightning Bolt makes this cost 3, and then that leaves me with 1 mana. What other options do I even have? 3, 4... Another Earth Elemental I don't think does it. Yeah, none of these options seem like they work. That's a real bummer. So I guess I can just do this and this, and then I just die. Yeah. Alright, so 5-1. Not gonna get a clean run here, but that was a pretty aggressive draw for them. I'm trying to think of how I could have played that differently. I could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive early on, I guess. I think I tried to play it a little bit too safe. Maybe I should have played Nomelia sooner. Yeah, the Ultraxion was a huge turning point, though. From that point on, the game was, I think, fairly unwinnable.
Lady Vash versus Malfurion.
Alright, got a Druid.
The nightmare shall end.
Your time ends now.
Alright. It's an okay hand. Sheesh. Ooh, okay. I've played this deck. This is pretty cool. Yeah, Crystal Spine Cub is awesome. Very nice. I'm very happy to be playing Lightning Strike. That should come in handy against this deck.
Feed my children.
Another cub. Good God. Yeah, one of the issues I found when playing this deck was that it's very easy to run out of resources. Like if your opponent can answer the things that you do, or you don't draw the Wildwood Circle or something like that, whatever the card is called. If you don't draw that, you're at a pretty big disadvantage. Yeah, they've got a good draw, and I've got no Lightning Strike, though. Alright, Moss Binding is decent. This is crazy. Really? If they're thinking about attacking a Trent here, that makes me think that they possibly have the spell that makes 2 Trents and gives them +1/+1 for each Trent that died. That card can be incredibly powerful. But yeah, they found the right call. Lightning Strike, just in time. Let's see if we can get the spell damage one. No. Okay, but Taunt is still helpful.
Leave none standing.
Yeah, the more I play this deck, the less I like Earthen Drake. I would be totally cool with this trade. Ooh. Alright, that's not good. Alright, this could be the point that I start to stabilize. Ay, ay, ay. Or not. Crazy. So either a warrior spell or a shaman spell. I'm going to have 3 mana left over after. I'm trying to think. So warrior has decimate or decimation, whatever it's called. I don't think that's going to be good enough to take these guys out, but it's something. I think my class is probably better.
Change is coming.
Okay, I like Feral Spirit. That'll overload 1, which will make this guy cost 2 next turn. It also gives me 2 taunt minions instead of the 1. I think that's okay. Oh boy. Okay.
Time for a spelling test.
That's not good. And they've got the Shatter card. That maybe it is Wildwood Circle that it's called. I don't remember. But anyways, Nomelia seems fantastic here.
Adapt or die.
Whew, just in time. Jeez, they got another one. That's not good.
I know.
Scale of Onyxia. Fill your board with 2 1s? Ay, ay, ay. And there's the circle. Alright, this is potentially unwinnable now. This gives me a rogue spell.
Change is coming.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna give it a try again. Get a shaman spell. Alright, feral spirit's not bad. Okay. Alright, just gotta buy some time, which is exactly what I'm doing here. Okay, lightning strike would be amazing. Yep, there's that again. Alright, lightning strike doesn't do it, and neither does that. Darn it. I guess let's do this. I could draw 2 cards. I don't think it's gonna matter though. Carrier Whelp isn't gonna get me anything that matters either, so yeah, let's just draw some cards. Nope. Dang.
Impressive.
Alright, so they got me 5-2 now.
This time.
I'd really like to get to 6 wins. Let's go. I got one more chance. It's either 6-2 or 5-3. And so far my best record is 5-3 with Spell Damage Mage. Which still doesn't make any sense to me because that deck felt like hot garbage, but Time Twisted Seer did a lot of work.
Lady Vash versus Liadrin.
My blade burns with holy fire. Your time ends now.
I am tempted to keep Hex, but I don't think I need to. Yeah, that's a decent hand. I like that. Question is, which one do I drop on turn 1? Probably Novice Zapper, since I'm going first.
The storm is in me.
Oh, okay. In my experience, it's normally not the right call to coin Acceleration Aura. It usually seems just better to have the coin available for additional mana later. Because then you can have 2 more mana than normal. Like on turn 4 you can have 6 mana. I mean, that seems way more busted, but...
The light dims, but we...
Okay, annoying but fair.
Feed my children.
With the Kunda spirit.
Who dares disturb?
Ooh, that's brutal. Okay, well done. Pretty good. Into an Earthen Drake. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I can't justify Winged Aberration. That just seems bad. This is okay. 2 random 4-cost minions, I guess, is alright too. Yeah, I kind of like this guy.
Once upon a time.
I'm thinking I'll probably make the Earthen Drakes Portal Vanguards. Not sure what else I'm going to change, though. That's the main one, because Portal Vanguard, I think, in this deck would be pretty good. Because everything's fairly efficiently costed for what it is, so that just makes things even more busted. Jeez. Kind of feel like I should know Melia. It's not great, but it also does break this Divine Shield. I could also throw this guy out there, take this out, attack there. That's not bad. I think that's a more reasonable play. Oh wow. What does that do? Oh no, I did that wrong. I should have lightning bolted this. Duh. Darn it. Alright, I guess I'll do this then. Fine. That was definitely a misplay. Sorry, guys. But it does let me draw 2 cards.
If it ain't broken, fix it anyways.
Reporting for duty.
Sorry, I'm getting calls. Alright, let's see here. could do this, I guess. I don't love it, but... yeah, I gotta gain control of this board at some time. Yeah, that misplay last turn was rough. Would have made this board a little bit more manageable, I think. Not by much, but... okay. That's rough. Yeah, this guy seems pretty decent. I don't think I can justify Nomelia because this is going to make a 7/7. So, let's do this. And see what Death Knight spell we get. 5/5/4 Undead Drakes and spend 8 corpses to give them rush. That seems awesome. Yeah, I think we're going chow down. Unfortunately, I mean, do I just do this since he's got immune, I guess? I think this makes it a little bit easier to take that out next turn, assuming I still have my 2/2. I don't know. Again, good God. Alright, so 5/5/4s with rush. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't think that's enough to do it here. I could just take out these 3 and leave this. I'll go to 1. Yeah, I think that's what I gotta do. Man, this is a tight spot. Makes sense. Another tank engineer, of course. Of course.
Reporting for duty.
That is incredible.
Alright, down to 1. What can we do? Okay, lightning bolt is something. So. If I Nomelia this. I don't like this a lot. I haven't even broken their Divine Shield. This is baffling. I think I have to Nomelia, but I don't know that this is going to make a difference.
You will pay for that, cur.
Because if I do this... but then... yeah, I still don't have enough to actually take everything down.
Time is short.
Not a taunt minion, darn it. So I have to do that. And then I have to do this. But then, yeah, just don't have enough to take this guy out. So close. Just so close. Dang it. Alright, 5 and 3 is what it is. This close to 6 wins. Ugh. But yeah, I'm gonna make some tweaks to this deck, and this is the first one that I like enough that I'm gonna play again. So I will definitely be playing more Dragon Shaman. Just got to tweak a couple cards, like the Earthen Drake just doesn't feel right. It seemed right in the deck list, but it's one of those cards where it's better in theory than it is in practice. Sweet, 4 packs. Alright, let's see what I get off of these. Alright, double rare pack. Meh. Nothing crazy. Alright, regular. Alright, double envoy. Got so many of those. Come on, these basic packs. Alright, one more. Let's go. Nada. Another basic pack. Well, golden guy. That's kind of cool, I guess. Alright, well, that's it. That was a 5-3 run with Dragon Shaman. I'm definitely going to be playing this deck again, so keep your eyes peeled for the next version of this video. But I appreciate you guys watching, and big thank you to you guys that are already following the channel. See you next time.